Going live. Are we going live? All right, we're live. Sweet. Oh yeah. What's going on, YouTube? Hold on a second. Let me just record this one over here. So we're going live, and I just want to say what's up. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. I hope everybody had a great Christmas with your family. Just did a quick video. I know the year is ending, so I want to talk about it real quick. We're talking about Uber and Lyft tax deductions. Sorry for being so wobbly here. Uber and Lyft tax deductions, standard mileage, actual expenses. Before I get into that, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. Yes, we're doing the free dash cam giveaway. That is coming in the next couple of days, so make sure you stay tuned. I'm giving you warning right now. It's coming in the next couple of days. Before the year end, you will be able to win a free dash cam. Or you'll be able to sign up for a chance to win a free dash cam. Just get it straight. We're only doing one a month. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, because if you don't, you will not be notified. There will be an email opt-in, so I will need your email because we're going to be doing, I'm going to put your email in a randomizer, so it's just going to randomize everybody's email address, and I'll just pick it, and that's how I verify who it is. So your email address will be your main thing that I will need from you in order to qualify. Don't forget about the Rideshare shop because they are sponsoring the free dash cam giveaway. And also, if you go to them and you want 10% off, they have an awesome store online. You should check them out for sure. You can use Nick Newsome 10. That's me, in case you didn't know. Nick Newsome 10, and you get 10% off if you want to do that. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. How's everybody doing? Did you have a good Christmas? Actually, my main question is this. Who's going to drive on New Year's Eve? Who's going to go out and make some money? That's what I want to know. Okay, I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit here. Okay, good. I got a couple different things going on. I'm going to sit, even though I'm going to sit in my car for the rest of the day, the rest of the night, and work. Yeah, but here's the thing for the taxes, you know, so I wanted to talk about this. Maybe we can get it without any glare on there. Thanks for being here, guys. I do appreciate you. Who is working New Year's Eve? Looking here, who's working? Give me a thumbs up if you're going to work on New Year's Eve. But I got my little back scratcher. I'll use this for my pointer. So standard mile deduction, right? So you're going to get this on taxes. Tax time's coming up. Most of the forms on Uber and Lyft, they won't be available until the end of January. But just get ready, start putting your numbers together, if you know, so you can make an accurate calculation. Here's the thing: you have two ways with the IRS to deduct taxes, to deduct some of the money that you spent on your business as a rideshare driver, as an Uber and Lyft driver. There's a couple of ways you can do this. You can do it with standard mileage deduction or actual expense deduction, right? So you have to keep track of everything that you spend in order to do that. With the standard mile deduction, and this is great for full-time drivers, I'll tell you why in a second, but for the standard mile deduction, you don't have to keep track of all your expenses. You just have to keep track of the miles that you drove. And then when you keep track of the miles that you drove, you calculate that and you multiply it times 58 cents, because that's what the IRS is going to give you, 58 cents per mile. You can take that deduction. So total miles driven times that. So let's say you drove 10,000 miles. As a full-time driver, you would drive way more than that. You'd probably drive about 40,000 miles a year, 40 to 50,000 miles a year. But let's say you're a part-time driver and you drive 10,000 miles. So you're going to take 10,000 times 58 cents, and you're going to come out with $5,800. Okay. So that'd be $5,800 that you would write off on your taxes against the income that you made driving for rideshare. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions before I go on? Just checking. I just did a little research on this. You know, I filed my taxes last year. I didn't have a problem. I know a lot of people are having issues, so I want to explain it. And also, as a caveat, like, I have been doing my own taxes for, I don't know, since the beginning of me doing taxes. You know, like, I've always done it. I've always used TurboTax. I think TurboTax is a great way. It's a great tool. Honestly, it costs a little bit of money. I think you can get like some of it free. Lyft is offering some of it free, and I bet Uber is too. But the thing is, there's always like a fees on the end. So it ends up costing you like $100, $120 or so. which is fine, honestly. Like I'll pay that all day. I'd pay twice as much to do that. Let me get the rest of this in there. I know we got some new people coming on. Guys, if you're going to work New Year's Eve, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you're working on New Year's Eve. But right now we're just talking about taxes, you know. So Uber and Lyft tax deductions, there's two ways to do it. You can do it with the standard mileage, or you can do it with the actual expenses. Now, I just went over the standard mileage. You know, you take your miles driven for the year between the two apps, you multiply it by 58 cents a mile, and then that's your deduction. That's what you can write off on your taxes. Now, if you want to do actual expenses, and I think this would really work good for a part-timer, I say the standard mileage for a full-timer, because I took an estimation of all my expenses here, because you can only do one or the other. You can only do standard mile deduction or actual expenses. And whichever one equals more is typically what you want to take. All right, so that's the kind of deduction you want to take. So with all these expenses, I averaged it. I ballparked mine. I didn't come back down to the decimal, but I ballparked it all. I don't know what the depreciation is. I didn't look into that, so I don't know. But with my standard mileage, I was looking at $27,000 to write off. And with actual expenses, when I ballparked it, was right around 20,000. And I don't know if I can take depreciation on top of that to be greater than my standard mile deduction, right? If that makes sense. So that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about taxes and stuff like that. So, and I also want people to know too that the common operating expenses, so these are offered whether, you know, it's not based on one or the other. Whichever deduction you take is fine. You'll still get these common operating expenses. So you'll get you can write off the cost of your phone or your tablet. I know some people use a tablet, so you can write off the cost of that. You can write off your data plan, your phone bill. Any parking that you did, I don't know what that really means, because I mean, I guess if I was out and I had to park at this, park, pay for meter parking, and I want to go get a coffee or use the restroom, I guess that counts. Tolls, obviously, you know what the tolls are going to be. You can keep your own records. I know that Uber and Lyft will both give you a 1099 at the end of the year, and it'll have the amount of money that they collected from the rider in tolls and also paid you in those tolls. They reimburse you for those tolls. So that should be a wash, but you do get to write that off. Food and drinks. So food and snacks, I would say, if you want to get gum for your gum or mints or things like that for your riders. I always have gum in the car. And then there's the drinks. So drinks like maybe water, or if you have private clients, sometimes, I have private clients, and sometimes, I know what they want at Starbucks. So I go to Starbucks and I get it for them before I pick them up. So that would count too. So I get to write that off. Car washes, right? So, we got to get our car washes. Got to keep them clean. They got to look good. So I'm going to use my back scratcher, scratch my head a little bit. So you can write all this stuff off regardless of which one you take. Now, my theory is this. I think that actual expenses is better for the part-timer, and then standard mileage is better for the full-timer. Because as a full-timer, I'm driving. I'm driving so much. I really want to get a calculated number on how much this would be, but I really think this would be better for the full-time driver. It's just easier. And then this for the part-time driver, because you want to take your actual expenses because you're not driving as much. So your expenses may be a lot higher. But if you're a part-timer too, the other thing is you only can write off what is your, like if you use your car 20% of the time for work, then you can only write off 20% of the expenses. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of based off of that. So, and then also last year with this vehicle, so per vehicle, depreciation carries for 5 years. So if I take the standard mileage deduction the first year, I have to go back and amend my tax form for depreciation. Dude, I know that's kind of complicated, but that's true. And you should always listen to what I'm saying, guys. All right. You should always talk to a tax professional. Don't just take my word for it. If you use TurboTax, they're going to tell you everything that I'm saying here, and they'll ask you questions. They'll verify if what you're answering is correct. They'll check with you. So it'll be easy. It's so slow here in Boston. I'm gonna do some comments. It's so slow here in Boston, waiting for a ride like forever. Yeah, it has been slow. That's why I came. More business happens at night, and that's what I plan on doing. This will be my first year doing Uber. Somebody told me I can download one app to keep tracking my miles. Anyone know about this? Gonzalez Torres. Listen, here's the deal, man. People talk about downloading these apps, right? Here's the deal, and here's the truth. When you're online with Uber and when you're online, sorry, I gotta adjust my camera. When you're online with Uber and you're online with Lyft, they're gonna track the miles that you're driving. Whether you have a ride or not, whether you're on the way to a ride or not, those miles count. Sorry, the lighting, I know my lighting's really messed up. So those miles count, and Uber and Lyft both give you those miles in your 1099. All right, I know this because I did this last year. Don't worry about tracking your miles with another app. What you want to do though, which will help, when you started driving for Uber, like you got to write down the mileage, right? So given how long you've been doing it, this will be your first year, get an estimate of what your miles were when you first started driving Uber about a year ago. If you have any documentation, like maybe your Carfax with an oil change record of what the mileage was, at a certain timestamp date, at a certain time on a certain day of the year, that'll help you, because that's what they're going to ask you, right? So Uber and Lyft will both give you the miles that you drove while on the app, but the IRS is also going to ask you what were your total miles driven for the year, where did you start for the year, and where you ended for the year are great ways to measure that. Okay, so you will need to know that. Anybody else have any other questions? Guys, thanks so much for being here. Give me a thumbs up, please, if you liked the video. I do appreciate you being here. If you came late, don't forget about all right, so we're doing the free dash cam giveaway up here. All right, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell. Okay, and then there will be an email opt-in where I do a randomizer of all the email lists that joined for the free dash cam, and then we'll pick a winner that way. And that is coming by the end of the month, so don't forget to do that. The Rideshare shop is sponsoring the free dash cam giveaway. So guys, hit them up. Go check out their store. I'm telling you, this is a really good store for rideshare drivers. I like them a lot. And they're going to give you 10% off when you use the code NickNewsome10. All right, so head on over there and check them out. We're still going to go here. So I got some drivers, all right? I got some drivers that are still in the hunt, and I want to give them some incentive right now. So if you're one of my drivers, if you're on my list, I'm going to name you here, but then we're going to put some incentive up and see who gets it. Nobody went after the other one, so I hope somebody comes after this one. I can't wait to do more giveaways. I'm still just I'm spending so much time setting everything up the way I need it to be before I start doing giveaways. I'm going to start doing this all the time. I can't wait. So here's some incentive for the new drivers. So let's new driver incentive. Sorry, let me adjust this one. I still can't wait to see who's going to be driving on New Year's Eve. I want to see you guys out there. Going to make some serious money. I guarantee this will be a record night. I didn't work last year because I had my daughter, but I know that night it was surging like crazy, double digits everywhere, $20 plus. You got to drive. You got to drive. All right. New driver incentive. Spelled that wrong there. Do I have one of my new drivers here? If you're here, say yes. Got to go into the app real quick. So let me take my phone. Where are you coming in from? Who else is in Boston here? Oh boy, can't even connect right now. All right, my new driver incentive. You know who you are. Let me see if I can get back in real quick. Okay, here we go. Who we got? Who we got? Okay, Matt Portugal. I mean Matt P. Matt P. You're 19 of 100. Joseph C. And you're at 70 of 100. Alex F. You're 60 of 100. And all right, for these guys right here, all right, whoever finishes first, as long as you finish, I'm gonna give you $100. All right, I'm gonna do $100 bonus on it right now. I'll send you an Amazon gift card or Visa gift card, whichever you want. So $100 bonus just for finishing up. All right, those are my Uber people. Two of which are in Boston, and then other guys in Tampa Bay. And then who we got for Lyft? All right, so I'm throwing extra bonuses in. Nobody does this. Who do you know that does this? Nobody. I'm doing it. I'm helping you out, hooking you up. Here we go. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So I'm just gonna check out my Lyft app real quick. Put the names up here because I got some people over here that need to finish up. Okay, we got Jesse C. You know who you are. So this is the other one. All right. This is my last one. And then you're at, this is on Lyft. So you're 31 of 51. 31 of 150. 31 of 150, but you're also on Uber and you're at 0 of 100. So $100 to whoever finishes first. I mean, these guys right here, Joseph and Alex, your guys are right here. You guys are like neck and neck. That's $100 right there. That's all I can offer right now, but I just want to throw it out there. I mean, nobody else is doing this for you. $100 to whoever finishes first. Matt P, Joseph C, Alex F, Jesse C. If you're one of my drivers, you know who you are. Finish up, extra $100 coming your way. And also, you know, if you've subscribed, you're already ready for the dash cam. Dash cam is coming up in the next couple of days. I promise you, it's before the end of December. We are doing the dash cam giveaway. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your support. Appreciate you. Have any questions, put them in the comments below. Peace. Make some money. Stay safe. Adios.